Thank you, Goddess Lakshmi, for blessing me with abundance. Thank you, Divine Mother, for filling my life with prosperity. Thank you, Lakshmi Ma, for showering me with wealth and fortune. Thank you, Goddess, for bringing financial stability into my life. Thank you, Lakshmi, for blessing me with a prosperous home. Thank you, Goddess, for filling my heart with gratitude. Thank you, Lakshmi Ma, for bringing joy and peace into my life. Thank you, Goddess Lakshmi, for blessing me with good health. Thank you, Divine Mother, for bringing harmony to my family. Thank you, Goddess, for blessing me with positive energy. Thank you, Lakshmi Ma, for guiding me towards success. Thank you, Goddess, for making my efforts fruitful. Thank you, Lakshmi, for helping me attract opportunities. Thank you, Goddess, for blessing my work with prosperity. Thank you, Divine Mother, for opening doors of wealth. Thank you, Lakshmi Ma, for your endless compassion. Thank you, Goddess, for blessing me with a generous heart. Thank you, Lakshmi, for filling my life with divine light. Thank you, Goddess, for nurturing my soul with love. Thank you, Lakshmi Ma, for granting me peace of mind. Thank you, Goddess, for blessing me with clarity and wisdom. Thank you, Divine Mother, for your constant protection. Thank you, Lakshmi, for blessing me with good fortune. Thank you, Goddess, for making me a magnet of abundance. Thank you, Lakshmi Ma, for blessing my home with wealth. Thank you, Goddess, for guiding me toward righteous living. Thank you, Lakshmi, for filling my heart with divine joy. Thank you, Goddess, for your blessings in every moment. Thank you, Lakshmi Ma, for blessing me with pure intentions. Thank you, Goddess, for making me worthy of your grace. Thank you, Lakshmi, for showering me with divine gifts. Thank you, Goddess, for blessing me with positive thoughts. Thank you, Lakshmi Ma, for blessing me with noble actions. Thank you, Goddess, for aligning me with abundance. Thank you, Lakshmi, for teaching me the power of gratitude. Thank you, Goddess, for blessing me with generosity. Thank you, Divine Mother, for filling me with inner strength. Thank you, Lakshmi Ma, for blessing me with harmony. Thank you, Goddess, for blessing my family with abundance. Thank you, Lakshmi, for protecting me from scarcity. Thank you, Goddess, for filling my heart with love. Thank you, Lakshmi Ma, for blessing my finances with growth. Thank you, Goddess, for blessing me with a peaceful spirit. Thank you, Lakshmi, for making me prosperous in all areas of life. Thank you, Goddess, for blessing me with wealth of wisdom. Thank you, Lakshmi Ma, for your eternal kindness. Thank you, Goddess, for blessing me with fruitful relationships. Thank you, Lakshmi, for removing obstacles from my life. Thank you, Goddess, for blessing me with sacred abundance. Thank you, Lakshmi Ma, for guiding me to prosperity with humility. Thank you, Goddess, for filling my life with divine grace. Thank you, Lakshmi, for blessing me with endless opportunities. Thank you, Goddess, for making me shine with abundance. Thank you, Lakshmi Ma, for blessing me with peace at home. Thank you, Goddess, for filling my heart with devotion. Thank you, Lakshmi, for blessing me with inner prosperity. Thank you, Goddess, for blessing me with an abundant mindset. Thank you, Lakshmi Ma, for nurturing my dreams with success. Thank you, Goddess, for blessing me with a life of joy. Thank you, Lakshmi, for surrounding me with wealth and fortune. Thank you, Goddess, for blessing me with divine connections. Thank you, Lakshmi Ma, for blessing me with purity of heart. Thank you, Goddess, for showering me with blessings daily. Thank you, Lakshmi, for filling my home with sacred light. Thank you, Goddess, for blessing me with divine abundance. Thank you, Lakshmi Ma, for your presence in my life. Thank you, Goddess, for blessing me with kindness from others. Thank you, Lakshmi, for blessing me with prosperity consciousness. Thank you, Goddess, for blessing me with stability in life. Thank you, Lakshmi Ma, for always uplifting my spirit. Thank you, Goddess, for blessing me with patience and calm. Thank you, Lakshmi, for blessing me with overflowing wealth. Thank you, Goddess, for blessing me with sacred abundance. Thank you, Lakshmi Ma, for filling my heart with divine trust. Thank you, Goddess, for blessing me with golden opportunities. Thank you, Lakshmi, for blessing me with happiness and joy. Thank you, Goddess, for blessing me with generosity of spirit. Thank you, Lakshmi Ma, for filling my life with good luck. Thank you, Goddess, for blessing me with compassion. Thank you, Lakshmi, for blessing me with steady growth. Thank you, Goddess, for blessing me with luxury and comfort. Thank you, Lakshmi Ma, for making me fearless in prosperity. Thank you, Goddess, for blessing me with balance in life. Thank you, Lakshmi, for blessing me with wealth of happiness. Thank you, Goddess, for blessing me with courage to succeed. Thank you, Lakshmi Ma, for filling my home with divine peace. Thank you, Goddess, for blessing me with divine inspiration. Thank you, Lakshmi, for blessing me with financial freedom. Thank you, Goddess, for blessing me with true contentment. Thank you, Lakshmi Ma, for filling my life with sacred love. Thank you, Goddess, for blessing me with beautiful opportunities. Thank you, Lakshmi, for blessing me with lasting prosperity. Thank you, Goddess, for blessing me with divine guidance. Thank you, Lakshmi Ma, for blessing me with fulfillment. Thank you, Goddess, for blessing me with sacred fortune. Thank you, Lakshmi, for blessing me with peace of soul. Thank you, Goddess, for blessing me with radiant abundance. Thank you, Lakshmi Ma, for making me a vessel of prosperity. Thank you, Goddess, for blessing me with divine treasures. Thank you, Lakshmi, for blessing me with lasting wealth. Thank you, Goddess, for blessing me with spiritual prosperity. Thank you, Lakshmi Ma, for showering me with divine richness. Thank you, Goddess, for blessing me with love and compassion. Thank you, Lakshmi, for blessing me with a life of ease. Thank you, Goddess, for blessing me with devotion and gratitude. Thank you, Lakshmi Ma, for blessing me with joyful abundance. Thank you, Goddess, for blessing me with everlasting prosperity. Thank you, Divine Mother Lakshmi, for your infinite grace and blessings.